Hello there, I'm Michael Lumby, and you're listening to Drumberg Studio Podcast, where this week we're going to be looking at one single topic. That's correct, we haven't got a special guest for you this week, sadly, but we will have music later on in the show from Rubian and Burn the Maps. This week, I'm going to be talking about the performing arts industry and a basic guide on making that dream of performing a reality and possibly becoming a professional. But it is time to recline in the armchair of relaxation. Plug in the audible headphones if we haven't already, turn up the blasting speakers and take a sip of our favourite beverage as we embrace our ears with this amazing tune from Pyro. This is Tear Me Down.
Don't you have me with the bad news? After all the years of abuse, just cut me loose and let me go. I just can't do it anymore. You built me up and tear me down. And don't you catch me if I fall, 'cause I didn't ask for anything. No, nothing at all. Just bring my bones to something worse. You break my trust and make me hurt. But I didn't ask for anything. Oh, I didn't ask for anything. You built me up and tear me down. And don't you catch me if I fall, 'cause I didn't ask for anything. No, nothing at all.
It's Pyro with Tear Me Down here on Drumberg Studio Podcast. Wow, that was incredible. Pyro are a two-piece, that's right, two fantastically talented musicians gave us that incredible piece of music. They are a two-piece rock band, alternative rock band, from Bathgate. These two guys take their musical influences from bands like the Foo Fighters and Royal Blood, plus lyrical influences from the Arctic Monkeys. If I had to describe this band in one word, it would be fearless, as they have got nothing against trying new things, pushing themselves further to progress as musicians. The sheer amount of music genres that they listen to is crazy, and they incorporate as many of them into their own material. These guys, I just think, have got all it takes, everything in the bag to go really, really far in this industry, right to the top. All the best, guys, and really, really thanks for getting that song on my show. So, the performing arts, which is the topic that we're going to be chatting about today. When it comes to performing arts, we think of people showcasing a developed skill in the form of a performance. I think it's very important to educate people in a way which will allow them to develop one of these skills into a desirable talent. It is a form of creativeness which is most important to attain in life's development. There is no doubt that any individual who engages and brings out their inner creativeness will become a more confident and positive person. It encourages youngsters to feel that they've got a purpose to serve in life, you know? They have an ever-rolling goal to achieve. By developing these skills, people will become more at ease with even the smallest of things, like popping into a shop and taking part in some form of communication with staff members. And I totally understand that in life you get people who are confident and you get people who are not confident. And that's just the way things are. But by talking and taking from personal experience, there's nothing more satisfying than breaking out of your own shell and achieving that goal, regardless of how big it is. So the performing arts can always be seen as a sense of interaction which helps society increase in social interaction. Meeting people face to face, it's what it's all about. And I think with technology nowadays, it's been thrown down the drain. I don't know what you think, but that's what I think. Now, I can hear you asking, and I know you are, and if you're not, you will be in a minute, what are the main benefits of studying a performing arts course to yourself and everyone else? What do they have? What do they benefit from doing that? Well, they benefit from critical reflection. They benefit from collaboration. They benefit from creativity. And the final one, communication. And with that note, it's time to communicate the next piece of information to you via some music. This is Rubian with their yet to be released single, Cinnamon. Wow, that was incredible. That was the amazing voice of Cheryl Risk with Rubian with their unreleased latest single, Cinnamon. So, as you can probably tell, I contacted this band and I said, can I get one of your songs played on my show? They said, definitely. They said, take this single, it's our latest one, it's called Cinnamon. I said, okay. I said, any chance of knowing when it might be released? They said, not sure at the moment, currently working on a music video. So I would suggest to keep your eyes peeled on Spotify for Rubian. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on their Facebook page and I can inform you that way. But they do have new music. That song is obviously new. I suspect it'll come out this year. I'm sure it will do. Anyway, Rubian come together over a mutual love for creating genre-blurring music. Taking influence from indie rock, the pop scene, rock scene as well, the band are a state of constant evolution with a sound that is hard to pin down. That's probably pretty accurate, I would say, which is not a bad thing. Definitely is not a bad thing to be all over the place with your genres, because I think the more educated musicians come from varied genre backgrounds. So yeah, there's Rubian. Check them out. All the best with their future gigs, music and everything else that they've got coming up. Many thanks, guys, for getting that song on my show. So, today, as you may remember, we are talking about the performing arts industry. I want to focus now on the Institutes of Performing Arts. We have quite a few across Scotland where you can study the art of performing. We have the Royal Conservatoire in Glasgow, the Scottish Academy of Music and Drama. We have the MGA Academy of Performing Arts in Edinburgh, along with the Queen Margaret. And there's also the Gardyne through in Dundee. Now, obviously, most of your colleges and universities across the country offer music and drama courses from NC level up to BA with honours. As I mentioned earlier on in the show, the performing arts in a general sense has a major influence on society and within local communities. I want to now look at the influences that performing arts has on a community. Recently, I worked at a couple of youth group performances at Dundee Rep Theatre. This is a classic example of showcase groups using local venues within their community to open doors to more passionate individuals who want to take their talent to the next level. By performing at a local theatre like the Rep, you are engaging with regular theatre pundits and becoming more known within your community. If you're interested in more shows like these, then keep your eyes peeled on the Dundee Rep website or contact the theatre direct. These types of events happen across the whole of the world, not just in Scotland, but it's important to keep an eye out for them in the future as it keeps the performing arts in touch with its local community. Drumback Studio Podcast.
Stay awake, we're gonna make it. Another dawn, another way. Another footsteps into the fray. Another light goes out. Into the light, the shadows play. And I don't wanna wait. I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. Hold back forever, hold back the tide. Hold back forever, hold back.
It's Burn the Maps with Stay Awake here on Drumbeg Studio Podcast. That's their debut single, which came out this year on the 12th of April. Burn the Maps are an alternative rock band from Fife, and they feature Dave Wood on rhythm guitar and vocals, Keir Smith on lead guitar, with Jim Clark on bass and Kev Cooper on drums. Once described as sounding very similar to the Foo Fighters, Idlewind and Biffy Clyro combined, the band's heavy melodic sound and energetic live performances have helped them establish as a strong local following. Just want to say, guys, many thanks for letting me play that song on my show, and all the best with your future. Now, in this week's show, we are looking at the performing arts industry, and it's now time to turn that talent into a bit of success. I'm going to now focus on the two main forms of performance, drama and music. To make these dreams become a reality, you, as the individual, must have the drive and passion in the first place. People around you can help encourage and appreciate your talent, but ultimately it's down to you to achieve that lifelong goal and dream. You are a passionate actor who's looking to take that glow from within and turn it into a star. Well, where better to start off than performing in a local youth group? As I mentioned earlier, these types of shows can be performed in local venues where you can invite friends and family, but ultimately agents, directors and writers. Now, it's down to you as the individual to make the connections with these types of people. It can be done. The balance of making that acting dream a reality could swing firmly in your favour. There is no harm in asking, and at first you don't succeed, then try and try again. Another starting point to put your name on the map could be the ever-growing and ever-successful Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which takes place every year in August. Looking back to week 2 and week 7 of our podcast show, you may recall we interviewed actor Christopher McDougall and writer Kat Evans, both of which are involved in their own respective shows at this year's Fringe. That is just 2 out of a huge catalogue of events which are taking place at the festival. These 2 inspiring people who are fulfilling the dream of their own chosen professions are in the same category as hundreds of others in the world. People who have graduated from their respective institutes and are using their self-drive to make that dream a reality. If you're a musician, on the other hand, you too must have the self-belief and passion to make it as a successful professional. From personal experience, the starting point is to head along to open mic gigs in your local bars and pubs, and as a musician, you want to be heard and find your own sound. To achieve this and to gain recognition, why not start by playing cover songs? Then, once you've started to build up that reputation, throw in a few originals to your set to start showcasing your own writing skills. I mean, with technology nowadays, it's so easy to record your own music and upload it to the digital media platforms used by the professionals in this industry. Here at Drumbeg Studios, we offer student rates to up-and-coming artists to help them grow their fan base and promote new musicians in this industry. Again, like inspiring artists and actors, you can invite other musicians, band promoters like myself, managers to these gigs and get involved in conversations with these types of people, and you never know what can come out of them. Let's face it, there's going to be people out there at these sort of events who are in a similar situation to yourself. By speaking to them, you can spread the word of your own talent and open doors to numerous future opportunities. So, in conclusion, if nothing else has struck a chord, take away this one piece of advice. Keep an open mind. Don't shy away from people. Converse about the future plans and take every opportunity that you can. Well, thanks again as always for listening for this week. That's all we've got time for. Join me next time for our Week 10 musical edition. We have chosen 6 artists to play in full, or we will do by the time the show is ready to go out. If you haven't already, head across to our Facebook page, Drumbeg Studios, and cast your vote for which artist you would like to hear. Out of the 6 artists, we are going to play one of their songs in full. Until then, see you next time.